I'll clarify your doubts after a while. I just want to tell some more questions. What is today's date?
August 3.
5th?
Third.
Okay. Okay, 29. They wanted the ratio of quotient of x power 10. Okay. X power 10 in 1 minus x square whole power 10. And independent of x power 0 in x minus 2 by x whole power 10. What's the ratio? Okay. You know, if you want x power 10 for this x square, you have to take power 5, right? When you expand this, you'll get x square whole cube, x square whole power 4. What should be the power of this to get x power 10? Power should be 5. That means obviously it will be 10c5 1 whole power 10 minus 5 minus x square whole power 5. This is a term which can give you x power 10, right? Here if you want term independent of x power 0 means you don't want any x. That also I can easily tell it will be the middle term, because if I take middle term then only x will get cancelled, right? 10c5. I don't have to use any formula. I can use r equal to np by p plus q. For example, r is equal to np by p plus q. 10 into 1 by 1 plus 1, because power of x is 1 here, power of x in the denominator is 1. I will get 5. Now it is c6 actually. c5 plus 1 is 10c5 x whole power 10 minus 5 minus 2 by x whole power 5. So here if you want the ratio, here it is 10c5 into minus 1 whole power 5. That is the coefficient. There it is 10c5 into minus 2 whole power 5. 10c5 will cancel. We will get 1 by 32. So the ratio of x power 10 coefficient in this and term independent of x in this is 1 by 32. All right, 29. Okay, 31. The coefficient of x power 12 in 1 plus 2x square minus x cube whole power 8. You want coefficient x power 12. Okay. Okay, there are two ways to do this question. You can take it as this separate and this separate as a binomial. You will get 8c0 1 plus 2x square whole power 8. minus 8c1 1 plus 2x square into x cube plus 8c2 1 whole power 7 here 1 plus 2x square whole power 6 into x cube whole square plus 8c3 1 plus 2x square whole power 5 into x cube whole cube minus 8c4 into 1 plus 2x square whole power 4 x cube whole power 4. So whenever you have three things and you want to expand, you can still use binomial theorem. Take this as one quantity, this as one quantity, and take it as a binomial theorem. Okay, now I can expand this one separate and all, but without that, I can write what is x power 12 coefficient directly. What is x power 12 coefficient in this? Already 8c0 is there. In this, if I want x power 12, I have to take power 6 of this. So it's going to be 8c6 2x square whole power 6. Am I right? In this term, what is the x power 12? Where will you get? When you expand this binomial, wherever you get power 6 for this, then only you will get. Am I correct or not?
Okay. Yes, sir.
In this, already x cube is there. So what inside of this, when you expand this, with what I should multiply to get x power 12? I have to take multiply x power 9, right?
Yes, sir. We can't.
Yeah, but there is no x power 9 in this. Because 1 plus 2x square whole power 7, you may get x square or x square whole square or x square whole cube. You will get only even power, but you don't get any odd power. So this cannot give you x power 12. Again, coming to this is x power 6. So in this also, one x power 6 you have to take and multiply. But if you want x power 6, what should be the power of this particular term I should take? 6c3, right? Yeah, so it will be 8c2, 6c3, 2x, 6c3, 2x square whole cube into x cube whole square. This x power 6, this x power 6, you get x power 6. Coming to this x power 9, I have to multiply x cube in it to get x power 12. But no, this cannot give me x cube because when I expand this, I'll get all even power. But coming to this, already x power 12 is there, so I have to take constant here, only 1. So I'll also get minus 8c4, 1 whole power 4 into x power 12 straight away. So these are the three ways. Okay. If they would have asked x power, yeah, it's okay. Some other question I would have got many more terms, but it's okay. So this is basically if you want coefficient of x power 12. Here I got 8c6 2 power 6. Here I got 8c2 into 6c3 into 2 cube. Why did I get minus here? Then this also should be minus. So it's not plus. 8c1 is minus, not giving me. X cube is not useful. X power 6 is useful. X power 9 not useful. X power 12. So 0, it's nothing wrong. Or I wrote wrong. This is minus and this is plus. So this will be plus 8. Okay, we simplify, we get 8c6 means same as 8c2, which is 28 into 60. 8c2 is 28. 6c3 is 20 into 8 plus 70. Okay, simplify these products and add them, you will get the answer. But we will discuss one more method. Okay, what is the answer you are getting? Or everybody is thinking that somebody else will multiply and tell the answer. Okay, see any kind of multiplication or like I can actually just give a cursory look at the mains paper. In fact, some student asked me in the outgoing batch only that what is your comment on the JEE Mains third attempt paper? Okay, I said I don't even bother to look at the paper. Okay, because it is not that compared to JEE Mains first attempt or second attempt, some another fresh batch of professors is going to come and make some extraordinary paper or something. It has to be more or less on the same level. Okay, so last 3-4 years, the paper levels are same. There is no difference. Okay, when you see outside the exam, the things are different. During the exam, things are different because outside the exam, you don't have any problem at the time. And when you look at a question, when you look at a paper, cursory look, just because you know how to do a question, you will say it is a very easy paper. But not only knowing how to do it, you have to actually do it, right? Okay, so when I am actually trying to solve the paper for some students I am discussing, some questions we know how to do it, but writing and calculations are quite lengthy. You have to do it. Like for example, here this multiplication may take some time, but we have to do it. Okay. So not only concepts are important, it's very important to do all the calculations till the last minute. Not that all the questions will come very tricky and only by the brain power you will do it. You also have to be patient enough to do lengthy calculations or lengthy solutions. Recent advanced exam. How many people submitted the exam at least half an hour before? Are there anybody submitted before? Or at least 20 minutes before? No, everybody done till last minute. That's good. Okay. This one by trinomial theorem, let us see how to expand. I have, what is trinomial theorem? I said if I have x plus y plus z whole power 8, I can get any term. I can take x power 8 or x power 6 into y square or x power 5 into y square into z power 1. I can do anything. But x will have some power, y will have some power, z will have some power, and some of the power should be
8.
8. Okay. So now our job is one will have some power, 2x square will have some power, minus x cube will have some power. But when you multiply all of them and add the powers of x, you get 12. So one option is, if I take power 0 here, power of this, I have to take power of this as 6 only, because I need x power 12, right? And here I have to take power 2 because the sum of the power should be 8. If I take power 1 for this, I'll get x cube. I want to get x power 9 here. Whatever higher power of this I take, I'll get even, which is not possible. When I take power 2 here, which is x power 6, I want x power 6, I have to take power 3 here. Then 3 plus 2 is 5, total to be 8, it should be 3. If I take power 3, I'll get 9. I cannot get x cube out of this, so I have to go leave it. When I take 4 here, this is already x power 12. I don't want this x, I'll take power 0, but total power should be 8, so I have to take power. So if I want to take power 0 here, power 6 here, power 2 here, what is the coefficient? 8 factorial by 2 factorial, 6 factorial, 0 factorial, 1 whole square, 2x square whole power 6 minus x cube whole power 0. If I want power square here, cube here, 3 here, what is the coefficient? 8 factorial by 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial, 1 whole cube, 2x whole cube minus x cube whole square. Here, 8 factorial by 4 factorial, 0 factorial, 4 factorial, 1 whole power 4, 2x square whole power 0, and minus x cube whole power 4. You can see this is x power 12, this is x cube, this is x power 6, x power, no, this is x power 6, x power 6, x power 12, this is x power 12. All three are giving me x power 12, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So now if I want a coefficient, what I want to tell you here is whether you use the binomial theorem the previous method or trinomial theorem the present method, answer is same. Simplification is same. Not just the final answer. The in between steps are same. You can know what is this 8 factorial by 2 factorial into 6 factorial into this. It is 8c6 2 power 6 only. You know what is this? 8 factorial by 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. That is same as earlier for you it was what? Earlier what is the second time we got 8c2 or 8c4 into something? Did we get something like that? 8c6 or?
8c2 into 6c3.
Yeah, that and this are same. Because what is 8c2? 8 factorial by 2 factorial, 6 factorial. What is 63? 6 factorial by 3 factorial, 3 factorial. Cancel 6 factorial is exactly this. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes.
And same 2 cube only you got there also, right? And this is 8c4. And that's it. Okay. So the method looks different, but the simplification that you have to do and all will be same. That means the intermediate steps are also same. Same 8c6 2 power 6 and then 8 factorial by 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 3 factorial into 2 cubes. And this is 8c4. Simplification and all everything is same later on. Okay, so this is trinomial theorem. Everybody could, yesterday I stated the only trinomial theorem, but I hope you are clear. Lokeshwara, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lokeshwara, are you studying sincerely or still on and off?
It's sincerely on.
Always on, never off. Okay, everybody understood trinomial theorem through this example better? $33 is a nice question. Am I raising this whole thing? Anybody needs more time?
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay, before doing 33, let me ask one or two small questions. Okay. Now I want to ask 2-3 questions just to become a little more familiar with the things. So let's say a cube b square plus c whole power 10. Okay. Anybody want to tell me this? In the first question, what is the answer for this coefficient of this?
11 factorial by 3 factorial into 6 factorial 2 factorial.
Yeah, that's okay. In this, what is the coefficient of this in the second one? A power 9 into b power 6 into c power 4.
Sir, 10 factorial by 3. Sir, 10 factorial by 3 factorial into 3 factorial into 4 factorial.
Yes, if you want power 9, you have to take cube of this. You have to take cube of this power 4. The sum is 10. Everything is fine. 10 factorial by 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial. Correct? In this, what is the coefficient of a power 7 into b cube into c square? If somebody knows the answer, please respond. Not that you got the answer and you keep quiet. I'm waiting. A power 7 into b cube into c square. What is the coefficient of that in ab plus bc plus ca whole power square? Nobody got any idea? Question free what, sir? All of you should turn on your videos. You don't have to make us repeat. Puneet, any idea?
Sir, can I give an idea?
Yes.
Sir, write it as ab power m plus into bc power n and ca power p, sir. Then m plus n equals to 7.
Yes, exactly. That's good. Yeah, m plus n plus p should be 6, and m plus n should be 7, and m plus n should be 3, n plus p should be something like that. You can do it anyway. Yeah, that's nice. The thing is, we don't know what power of AB and what power of BC and what power CA together will give me this. So you can take power m here, power n here, power 6 minus m minus n here. What is the power of A? Here and here put together. 6 minus n, that should be 7. What is the power of B? This and this put together. m plus n should be 3. What is the power of c? This and this put together. 6 minus n should be 2. You will get 6 minus n. You get m equal to 4, n equal to minus 1. Huh? Did I write something wrong here? Yeah, I cannot get. I can get more than 6.
Sir, that term is not in the equation.
Yes, sir.
No,
It's not occurring in the equation.
I'll tell you why it will occur. You know why? This will have some power, this will have some power, this will have some power, this will have some power. Sum of all the powers will not be 6 now, it will be 12. Right? But
Yes,
of course,
sir.
some I may have to adjust some numbers. Okay, that is different. Because I should have not taken anything more than 6. Okay, so it's not occurring because power of a cannot be more than 6 anytime. Okay, that's the problem. So anyway, I should have taken here 5 and I should have made this as 8 means 4. Is it okay now? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was not occurring. So the previous answer is 0 then. Nothing wrong. Question is correct. Answer is 0. But anyway, so what power of AB, what power of BC, what power of CA will give us this? We can solve and get it. But there is another way to do this. Here and here, both places I will divide with ABC whole power 6. The binomial and the in expansion every term. What will happen to this now? It will become 1 by A into 1 by B whole cube into 1 by C whole square. And when this goes inside, 1 by C into 1 by A into 1 by B whole power 6. Now tell me what is the quotient of this in this whole square, sorry. This whole power 1. What is the quotient of this in this expansion? You take 1 by A as x, 1 by B as y, 1 by C as z, it is x plus y plus z whole power 6.
6 factorial by 3 factorial into 2.
Yeah, 6 factorial by 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 1 factorial, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can do any either way, the two methods. Okay, now coming back to the question. A power 8, B power 4, C power 9 and D power 9. Coefficient in ABC plus ABD plus ACD plus BCD whole power 10. I can divide here and here with A, B, C, D whole power 10. Then that is method 1 basically. This will become 1 by A whole square into 1 by B whole power 6, 1 by C whole power 1, 1 by D whole power 1. Okay, coefficient in, and I divide this 1 by D plus 1 by C plus 1 by B plus 1 by A whole power 10. Answer will be directly 10 factorial by 2 factorial, 6 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial. That is 10 factorial by 2 factorial and 6 factorial. 10 into 9 into 8 into 7, 6 factorial cancel by 2. To simplify it to that. Okay, method 2, otherwise somebody suggested we have to take ABC whole power x, ABD whole power y, ACD whole power z and BCD whole power 10 minus x minus y minus z. Then when you take power of A, you will get 8 is equal to x plus y plus z plus, that's what, x plus y plus z. But when you take b, it will be 4, that is x plus y plus 10 minus x minus y minus z, which is going to be 10 minus z. So directly we'll get z equal to 6. Similarly, if I take c, coefficient, the power of c, it will be 9. Here power of c is x plus z plus 10 minus x minus y minus z. X and z will cancel, we'll get 10 minus y. So 9 that side, y this side, will get y is equal to 1. And if I take d, the power of d is 9. Their power of d is y plus z plus 10 minus x minus y minus z, which is 10 minus x. I can bring, I'll get x equal to 1. Okay. Then automatically other one will be 2, because 10 minus 6 minus 1 will become 2 now. 10 minus x minus y minus z is equal to 2. Okay. So you can understand where they get the power as 6, 1, 1, 2, then answer will be again same. So you can do this way or you can do that way. Okay, I have to give some idea about numerically greatest term now. Okay. Okay. So to completed this, think about 50C0, 50C1, 50C2, 50C3, 3 cube, 50C50, 3 power 50. Among these values, which value is greatest? If this 3, 3 square, 3 cube, 3 power 50 are not there, I think you know the greatest term is the middle one, 50C25. I told you that values will increase and decrease, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But what if because of this, what will happen? Among this, which term will be the greatest? It may look like here 3 power 50 is a very big number. But I think the previous term is much bigger than that. Why? The previous term is 50C49 into 3 power 49. Compared to this, this may be 1 3 less, but compared to this is 50 extra, because 50C49 is 50 now. So this is bigger. And the previous one will be a little more bigger maybe. So it is increasing and decreasing maybe mostly, but the highest point may not be the end point or may not be somewhere in the middle. So which term among all these 51 terms is greatest? Just think about it. Sometimes in a rush to complete the syllabus, to tell all the theory, we are not able to teach sometimes in a no, it is not that there are different types of teaching. If I give a question, you think about it for some time and then I answer, they'll stay in your mind, and at least your brain will develop to think. I'll only give a question and immediately I'll tell you even the wonderful methods may be, but it doesn't give you that full feel of the subject. But sometimes in a mad rush to complete the syllabus early and do a lot of questions and all, we cannot do the full that kind of teaching. Okay. Sometimes when children are not doing so much homework, we tend to feel anyway they are not doing it. Let us teach ourselves a lot of questions. Sometimes we do that, but it's not a good thing. It's not going to help in any way. Unless you do a lot of questions on your own, you're not going to do it. Like the previous question I would have just told, but when you think about it, some idea will come, you will get a thrill, or at least you will never forget that idea. If you struggle for something and then you get an idea after that, I don't think you will forget any time. Am I correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm honestly saying, I think every teacher in the first years of teaching, he will learn a lot of things, because till we teach, sometimes we may not be clear about something. Or as we years by passing, someday some idea will come, we'll learn. Okay. But one thing I always, that's why I pick up a question, very difficult question from a book. Maybe I don't know how to do it, but I saw the solution, I understood it. I gave the question. After some days when I look at it, I may not fully remember how trickily I have done that. Okay. Sometimes again I touch my brain. But those questions which I made, even though they're very, very difficult, tricky and all, but what I made, I struggled to make it and write it and get it typed and store it or something. Anytime I see a question, I know the full solution of it. I don't have to forget. Okay. So that is the difference between just looking at a solution and understanding, and another one is yourself struggling and then getting it. Of course, we may not be able to do all the questions like that. So sometimes you don't get, you just look at the solution, at least give the hint, but don't copy the solution. Again, you write on your own. But sometimes struggling is always good. They will never forget the concepts. So anybody want to tell the answer or want to give an idea how to approach this question? Which term is greatest among all these?
Sir, can you give a hint, sir?
I am asking you, can you give a hint? I wanted to discuss a lot more things. I might try to discuss at the end of binomial theorem chapter. But only about factorials. Generally, I discuss 4 or 5 days, a lot of different things.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, if the first term is 1, no, sir.
Yeah.
And after that, every term 150 is decreasing, but only 13 is increasing.
Yeah, that is in the beginning. But later on, not like that. Because in the beginning, both are increasing, the probability is also increasing. Okay. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay. But later on, what happens? For example, especially after 50, see 25, things start decreasing, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is one side decreasing, one side increasing. So till where is increasing? Yes, what is your idea is good. One time you are multiplying 50 and simultaneously you are multiplying 3. If you are multiplying both, there is not a big issue. But when you are one time multiplying 50 and the time dividing with 3, you can tell whether increasing or decreasing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but your idea is good. Okay, anyway, I'll come back to this. But I said the NCR values will increase and decrease. As I said, anything the teacher says, don't accept. Na? Did I say this many times?
Yes, sir.
And just because you see one or two examples that they're increasing and decreasing, okay, not that you will prove it. Okay, there should be proper proof. Okay, this always I like this simple thing but nice. Let us say x factorial into y factorial. Every time x plus y is 50, I can take 0 factorial into 50 factorial, 1 factorial into 49 factorial, 2 factorial into 48 factorial, 3 factorial into 47 factorial. Finally, 50 factorial into 0 factorial. Okay. Among all these things, what will be the greatest?
When x is equal to y.
That's this one. And when will be the least?
When x equals to y.
25 factorial into 25 factorial. Anybody want to give an explanation why among all these things, this is highest and this is the lowest? Don't say NCR is maximum and middle term and all that. We did not prove it, right?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, write 50 factorial as 25 factorial into 26 into 27 now, sir. Sir, if we take 49 factorial, we will get 2. Sir, take 25 factorial, sir.
Okay.
25 factorial into 25 factorial, and then if you take 26 into 24, then we will get 26 by 25 more than this, sir. Means if we multiply 26 by 25 into...
Yes, yes. You got the point. That's nice. See, let us start with 25 factorial and 25 factorial, then take 24, 26, 23, 27 and this. From here to here, definitely our value is increasing. You know why? From here to here, I multiplied 26, right?
Yes, sir.
But from here to here, I divide with 25. I multiplied 26 and divide with 25. Have I increased or decreased it?
Increase.
From here to here, I multiplied 27 and here I divide with 24, right? In fact, if you write them like this, 1 into 2 into 3 into so on up to 24, here 1 into 2 into so on up to 26. If you want to go from here to here, you have to remove 24 and replace with 27. You are removing a smaller number and replacing with a bigger number. So obviously you are increasing. So you can see it is increasing all the way to 0 to 50 factorial. Basically what happens? Every time you are multiplying 50 numbers, no doubt about it. Here also you are multiplying 50 numbers, here also you are multiplying 50 numbers. Here you are multiplying 1 to 50 everything. From here to here you removed 150 and added 1 extra. From here to here you removed 149 and added 2 extra. From here to here you removed 147 or 48 and added 3 extra. So you are removing bigger numbers and replacing with smaller numbers in the same product of 50 numbers. So obviously it will decrease. It obviously will increase. You can see that. Now you can understand why NC0 to NCN it is increasing and decreasing, because look at NCR denominator. It is n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So you can easily see from one denominator to the next denominator whether increasing or decreasing. Right? Yeah. So it is not just stating that it will increase and decrease. You know, this is a very simple explanation, not very complicated, right? And this is only for two things. I can even generalize it. Let us take x factorial into y factorial into z factorial into w factorial, where x plus y plus z plus w equal to 40. Somebody can take 0 factorial into 0 factorial into 0 factorial into 40 factorial. Somebody take 1 factorial into 2 factorial into 3 factorial into 34 factorial. Somebody can take 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 5 factorial into 32 factorial. So much, right? Among all these things, where x, y, z, w are whole numbers. Okay, x plus y plus z plus w is 40. If I write full list, what is the greatest and what is the least?
40 factorial and 10 factorial into 10 factorial into 10 factorial into 10 factorial.
Yeah, greatest is this, and this is 10 factorial into 10 factorial into 10 factorial is the least. Why for the least? If somebody asks explanation, let them give any other example, 11 factorial into 9 factorial into 12 factorial something. You can easily show from here how to get this. You have to add some big numbers and replace, that means remove smaller numbers, right now. Okay, so it is quite possible to prove, maybe theoretically, not way of writing it, but when all these are equal. Okay, let us say somebody, if this is 41, then what will be the, when it will be least? Greatest is 41 factorial. When the product will be least?
Ten factorial into 10 factorial into 10 factorial into 11 factorial.
Yes. You cannot make all of them equal, but make them as close as smaller numbers as possible. Because every time you are multiplying 41 numbers, no doubt. If you multiply 1 to 41 numbers, you'll get the greatest. If you take first 10 numbers, again first 10 numbers, again first 10 numbers, first 10 numbers, instead of taking bigger numbers, you are taking smaller numbers only again and again. So obviously it is least. But I cannot make all equal. So the best possible next is one more 11 factorial. If it is 42,
10 factorial into 10 factorial into 11 into 11.
yes. If it is 43,
10 factorial into 11 factorial into 11 factorial into 11.
and it is 44, again all 11 factorial. Okay. So it is, I can teach this on the first day because this is only about factorial, right? Nothing about yes. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, like in the numbers x, y, z, and w, if w is the greatest and x is the least, then if x plus y plus z plus w is given 41, then for what we should write 11 factorial? Sir?
You want to
Make
say
it
all
least.
four of? Do you want to say all four of them are distinct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, then you try to make them as close as possible. X less than y less than z less than w. Don't make them too far. You can take this as x, this is x plus 1, this is x plus 2, this is x plus 3, as far as possible. Because you want to make them distant, but you want the product to be minimum, means they should be very close numbers. So this is the best possible option. Okay. If it doesn't work out, because this may not be equal to 43, you may have to choose here x plus 1. That means you might have to choose x minus 1 here. Sometimes a gap 2 may be required to be taken. Right?
So like in these four numbers, if x is the least, then 11 factorial will keep to x, sir.
No, we cannot keep 11 factorial because you want all. Do you want? Are you saying less than or equal to?
Only less than.
Only less than. Then all 11s will not work to 43, right?
Yes, sir. Like I'm telling for 41.
You want to for 41 and all four distinct. Okay, let us see if I take x, x plus 1, x plus 2, and x plus 3, what will come? This is what? 44x plus 6 is equal to 40. 4x plus 6 cannot be 40 because this is not a multiple of 6. Okay, so if something could exist like that, that is the best and that is the least. Okay, for example, let us say I'll make 11 here and 50 here. If I take 50, no doubt 11 factorial into 12 factorial into 13 factorial into 14 factorial is the least. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you want them to be distinct. Okay. If they ask if it is 51, what should I do?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Should I make this into 15 factorial? Is that better? Or I cannot increase this to 12 factorial because then they will become same. Some little analysis we have to see which way best it can be done. Okay. But the thing is, you have to multiply 51 numbers, no doubt. And you want them to make as small as possible. Okay. So yes, that's a nice question that itself can be thought about it. Okay. I can make as well, this is 15, but I have to just see some other case where I can minimize it. Okay. Because I cannot go forward for this. I cannot go forward for this. So the only way I can go forward is this. Right?
Sir, like we can't say, like if we keep that extra one factor into the smallest number, it will become least. Can't we say like that, sir?
No, the problem is the smallest will become equal to the next biggest one, when you put it like that. Okay. Because of the condition restriction. Okay, now when we are coming to this, there is a standard format for this. I would have to set it to the formula just like that. But I wanted to think, not just give a formula. Okay. What we will do is, I want to show that it is increasing and decreasing, but not up to the middle, little beyond it is increasing and that on it is decreasing. Because even if you take 50C 25, 3 power 25, 50C 26, 3 power 26. Okay. Till here everything is increased, no doubt. From here to here, this decrease and this increase, but the total decrease or increase we don't know. From 50C 25, if you want to go to 50C 26, what should we do? Down is 25, 25, here 24, 26. So I have to multiply with 25 by 26 from here to here. Here I have to multiply with 3. In effect, it is increasing only. Okay. Yeah. So it is. So now what to do is, let us do this. We take r plus 1th term by r term. What is r plus 1th term here? 50 CR 3 power r, and this is 50 CR minus 1, 3 r minus 1. Okay. Now when I simplify this by this, we know how to simplify. It will become 51 minus r by r. And this will become 3. That is 153 minus 3r by r. Now everything depends on whether this is more than 1 or less than 1. If this is more than 1 means this is greater than this. If this is less than 1 means this is less than this. So tell me, first of all, when this is equal to 1, roughly. What is the r value where it is roughly equal to 1? So let us take this 153 minus 3r by r greater than 1. What will happen? 153 minus 3r is greater than r, and 4r is less than 153, and r is less than, excuse me, r is less than 4 3s are 12, 23. 23 means 4 7s are, sorry, 4 5s are 20. So 35. 4 35s are how much? 23 means something wrong. Sorry. 4 3s are good. 12. 33 is this. 33 means 4 8s are 30. This is 38 plus 1 by 3. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means when r is 0, 1, 2, 3, no, r equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, this quantity is greater than 1. Okay. So I can say easily that T1, and I put, okay, T1 is greater than T2, or T1 is less than T2, less than T3, less than T4. Okay. So on, less than. When I put 38, still it is okay. I'll get T39 by T38 is greater than 1. So even T38 is less than T39. As long as R value is less than 38.13, including 38, this quantity is greater than 1. That's why you could write. But when I take R equal to 39, I'll get T40 by T39. But that is not greater than 1 because that is crossing this, it will be less than 1. From that, I'll get T39 is greater than T40. So this is greater than T40, greater than T41, greater than T42, so on. You can see the values are increasing up to T39. After that, they decrease. Am I right? So which is the greatest term?
39.
T39. You can see the inequalities. Less than till somewhere, greater than till somewhere means this is the greatest. Value is increasing. The 39th term, not the 26th term. Normally 26th term is the greatest in only binomial. But here it is 39th term is the greatest. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is some idea. Numerically greatest term. This is one topic. Tomorrow I'll discuss it. We'll stop for today. I just gave the hint about it.